Hello, I'd like to show you how to play Lake of Fire as performed by Nirvana on Unplugged in New York. It's a Meat Puppets song and it's just tremendous. You're going to want your guitar tuned down half a step, so to E flat if you want to play along to the record. If you're in standard, don't worry about it, I'll just show you in standard because the chord shapes will be in the same place, you'll just be lower, tuned lower. So let's get going. So our intro, we're going to... Okay, 3-5-5, this power chord, so 3-5-5, it's a G chord. So I'm going to start off with palm muting, so let's twist, give you a better angle, maybe, possibly, or not. So, and then down to F, and then to B flat. You can do a B flat here with a root on the A string, so which would be, so don't play the low E, you can go, but on the A string you got 1 and then 3-3. Or you could, if you want to keep it all on the low E string, you can move it up to the 6th fret where it'd be 6, 8, 8. So yeah, whatever's most comfortable, whatever's the laziest way for you to do it, do that one. So, where the bad folks go when they die, they don't go to heaven where the... and this little slurry little lick, I tend to use my ring finger and my little finger on the 5th fret on the G and the B string, and you're gonna be bending those bad boys. And the reason I use those fingers is because you're gonna come back to a bar on the 3rd fret on that G and B, and that finger's kind of ready to rock and roll at that point. So you go, so go and they die, they don't go to heaven with it. And you do those chords again, and then you come up to C. Again, power chord will do you. C is the root note on the A string, so which would be 3rd fret, and then 5-5. So you go. Yeah, you got an F, B flat, G, which is nice. I think that's what you've got anyway. Give it a bit of a shimmer, bit of a wiggle. It's just a movable shape, so your fingers stay in the same shape. Your first finger on the fret before your middle finger, or whichever finger you choose to use. So you can slide up to the 10th fret with your first finger, so your B string finger will be on the 11th, so you go. Slide it down, so your first finger's on the 5th fret on the G string, and then slide it up 2 frets. Where the bad folks go and they die, they don't go to heaven where the angels sing them again. Yeah, I think it's doing that. So it's like F, B flat, or you could get away with just F to G if you want to, but I quite like the you can either do it all bar chords if you're feeling fancy, or you can give yourself a bit of a break and use a D minor open chord, so you can go I knew a lady. Then you need to do a B flat sus2. You could get away with just the power chords if you want, so you can go I knew a lady came from the loop. So just do power chords if you find the full bar chords difficult, because nobody cares. But you do, you can sing along. So I knew a lady came from the loop. Back to D minor. Bit by a dog with a rabbit tooth, to A. Or you can do bar chord. Up to C. Well, or C sus2, or just a C5 power chord. Howl on the something up here for a D minor. Yellow moon. There you go. But yeah, you can play around with it, or you can go. You know what? I'd just do it down there. So 2 versions. Easy version with open chordia. Just a nice little embellishment around that D minor open chord. Or if you're up here, you could go. So that's like a hammer on from 5 to 6 on the B. And then coming down on those fingers that are on the 7th fret in the middle 2 strings. So. And then you're back into your. Beautiful. So that's all the chords that you need, and I suppose the only other bit you might be interested in is possibly the outro solo. Okay, now for the solo, it's not too bad. If you think about it, it's just fooling around and walking up and down the minor pentatonic. The pentatonic, just 5 notes. And that's the octave. With the bluesy notes thrown in, so it would be. So that's a hexatonic? No. Anyway, so I'm just going to break it down into a couple of little phrases, and I would encourage you to fool around with it yourself, because once you get into it. You can really just have a lot of note bending fun. So you go on. So the first little lick after you've done the bit that we've already done earlier in the song is a face pulling is essential. So you're going to slide 2 to 3 on the B string. Curl your lip when you do it. 2 to 3 on the B. Then you're going to play the 3rd fret on the high E as well. So you can do it with 1 finger. And then come back to that 3rd fret on the B string, and then you're going to bend up on the 6th fret on the B string, so it's like. And you can rake across the strings on the way and not really playing them, because you want a nice bluesy feel. So. And after you've done your bend, you can walk down this the pentatonic shape in this sort of one area here between the 3rd fret and the 6th. So you're going to go kind of. So after you've done your bend, you can go 3rd fret on the high E, and then little finger comes down on the 6th fret on the B, and then on the next 2 strings you're going to walk 5 3 5 3, and then you're going to 5 4 3, which is beautiful, and then 6 3. That takes you all the way down to that lowest note there for a minute. So you go. Whatever, you know. Just listen to the record, get a feel for it, but you want to climb up from that note then, and you're going to go something along the lines of from 3 6 3 4 5. So you're doing the opposite of what you've just done, sort of, you know. But as you get to the so you're doing 3 4 5, 3 on the D, and then hammer on from the 3 to the 5 on the D. And then we're going to do a nice little, which is with your first finger, you want to sort of slightly bend both the G and the B string. And then come down on the 5th fret on the D. So. An approximation of the next lick after you've done a little bit, you've walked, like, you've slid into the intro. You've done some walking down, you've done some walking up, some little slurs, bend in with your first finger or whichever. Whatever's most comfortable to you. Then you want to do a little, he does like a little slidey up lick, which is something along the lines of And then on the G string, you're gonna go play the 3rd fret, and then he does like a slide and something on the B string, so it's something like, yeah, it's nice. Yeah, play around with that. So it's something along the lines of 3, slide from the 5th to the 7th on the same string, the G string, with your ring finger, and then drop your middle finger down to the B string, and then play that note again. And then you're gonna, so it's the 6th fret on the B, and then slide down 7 to 5 on the G, and then back to that 3rd fret on the G string. So you go. And then I guess the 5th fret on the D. All over something like. So it's like. So it's something like 5 to 7 on the G, and then 8 on the B. I think because we've already done like some moving around that kind of shape, it's got to be like. So. What was it? Yeah, and you're noodling around, and then the last little lick is like 3/6, 3/4/5, 3, hammer on 3 to 5, 3 on the A, 6 on the E, and then 3 on the E. So. Slowly it's. And that's how that ends. But please, I encourage you, I implore, please experiment and noodle around that pentatonic position.